Marifat School presents The Conference of the Plants. Written by Reza Nazami. Chapter 19. Joy of Sublimation and Earthly Suffering.
Previously on. In the previous chapter, Walnut engaged in thoughtful conversations with Buxus, who, full of energy, frequently boasted about his ability to create shade. He believed this skill was extraordinary, but Walnut pointed out that Buxus was simply blocking the sun's light, which wasn't an exceptional feat. Nevertheless, Buxus continued to share stories about his accomplishments, convinced of their significance. This led Walnut to reflect that if Buxus couldn't truly create shade, then darkness itself couldn't be created either, as it was simply the absence of light. Now, let's continue with the 19th chapter, titled, Joy of Sublimation and Earthly Suffering.
One morning, Date Sprout awoke with a heavy sigh. In that fragile moment between sleep and wakefulness, she turned toward Walnut Tree and murmured,
"Oh, Walnut Tree. I have been unwell for so long. Am I destined to remain in this endless suffering? What is the cause of my pain? Truly, I am weary of this relentless agony. Will I die soon? Will my time come soon? It feels as though this torment is signaling an early death."
Walnut Tree, disregarding Date Sprout's lamentations and complaints, greeted her with enthusiasm.
A splendid morning to you. Dear Date Sprout, such wonderful news. What a marvelous and auspicious day this is. We must celebrate in grandeur.
Engulfed in the depths of her suffering, Date Sprout grew even more distressed at Walnut Tree's unshaken composure. With a deep sigh, she asked,
"What are you saying, Walnut? Have you not truly heard my words? I speak of my anguish, a pain so deep that it seems to foretell my death. Yet here you are, speaking of celebration. Perhaps my suffering means nothing to you."
Walnut Tree responded,
I hear you, but to me, your pains are minor.
Frustration flared in Date Sprout.
"I never imagined you to be so indifferent and unkind. How can the suffering of others mean so little to you?"
Walnut Tree remained unfazed.
You misunderstand me. The pains of others matter to me deeply, sometimes even more than my own. But today I see no reason for sorrow, for this is a day of joy.
Drained and irritated, Date Sprout sighed.
"Oh, Walnut, I no longer have the patience or strength to ponder my suffering. If you know the reason behind all this, then put an end to my uncertainty."
With boundless enthusiasm, Walnut Tree exclaimed,
Today is the day of your birth. Your sprout has finally broken through the soil. Though only a small part has emerged, you have taken 3 great steps upward. Soon you will feel the warmth of the sun and bask in its light. You have endured, and today you get the reward of your perseverance.
Date Sprout cast a confused glance around her.
"I see no change in myself. I feel no different from before."
Walnut Tree chuckled.
Of course you cannot yet perceive it. One does not immediately recognize one's own birth. But from where I stand, I can see clearly. A sprout has emerged, breaking free from the soil. You have just been born into the world of the living. Just as newborns are unaware of their birth, so too are you. but in time you will come to understand.
Almond sapling nodded in agreement.
Walnut is right. I remember when he first told me I was born. I did not understand at all. It was only after spending time in this world that I grasped the vast difference between the subterranean and the world above.
Hearing these words, Date Sprout felt a new warmth rise within her and said,
Then, I have truly emerged from the soil? What a marvelous thing! Oh, wise walnut, I am grateful for your guidance. Am I now closer to bearing fruit? Will I see them soon? How can I be sure I have been born into the land of light?
Walnut Tree smiled.
For now, trust in what Almond and I tell you. Soon, you will experience this land for yourself. Be patient until then.
Filled with newfound joy, Date Sprout celebrated her birth, and together they rejoiced in this momentous occasion. As the celebration drew to a close, Walnut Tree spoke.
This gathering was essential for our growth and elevation. We shared in each other's joy, and that is invaluable. But now, I have something important to share.
The plants listened attentively.
Do you recall this morning when Date Sprout lamented her fate? The sorrow on her face was unmistakable.
All nodded, including Date Sprout herself.
And now, do you see her joy? It is as though she has never known sorrow.
Again, they nodded. Walnut continued.
But tell me, has anything about Date Sprout's circumstances changed since this morning?
No, they all replied in unison. Walnut Tree smiled knowingly.
Isn't that remarkable? How can someone be miserable one moment and elated the next, even though nothing in their life has changed? Is it not strange that happiness and suffering stem not from reality, but from our own beliefs?
A murmur spread through the crowd as the plants exchanged thoughtful glances. Radish, deep in thought, spoke.
But Walnut, Date Sprout's pain was real. I saw her suffering with my own eyes.
Walnut Tree turned to him.
Then tell me, where has that sorrow gone now?
Radish fell silent, unable to answer. Date Sprout added.
Radish is right. My pain was real, and even now, it has not vanished.
The other plants watched eagerly, trying to grasp whether her pain had truly disappeared or not. Walnut Tree nodded.
This is precisely what I wanted to teach you. This morning, your pain felt unbearable. Yet tonight, that same pain became the reason for your joy. The pain itself did not change. Only your perception of it did. Why was your reaction so different?
A wave of understanding swept through the garden. Yes, they murmured. We remember how miserable she was this morning. But now, she is joyful. What changed? All eyes turned to Walnut Tree, awaiting his answer. But before he could speak, Date Sprout suddenly exclaimed.
I understand. This morning, I had no purpose. I had forgotten why I endured so much pain. But when Walnut Tree revealed my sprouting, I remembered. I have a sacred goal, growth and elevation. Any sign of progress brings me joy, even if the journey is painful.
Walnut Tree beamed with satisfaction.
Exactly. A goal of great significance will render pain and suffering insignificant. The sweetness of reaching a noble goal will always overshadow the hardships along the way.
Radish hesitated before asking.
What do you mean by a lofty goal?
Walnut Tree merely smiled.
The best goal is the one you define for yourself.
Carrot declared.
Then I shall find a grand goal for myself, one that requires no suffering.
Buxus chimed in.
I am always happy, regardless of my circumstances. Surely that proves the greatness of my goal?
Walnut Tree observed their limited understanding and thought to himself, how can I show them that a goal must be truly meaningful? Finally, he said,
If our goal is genuine growth, even the most difficult path will bring joy to our hearts.
The plants fell into deep contemplation. At last, Almond Sapling, who had remained silent, softly asked,
Does enduring pain always signify growth?
Walnut Tree sighed.
Not necessarily. Pain is abundant in this world. It is woven into the fabric of existence. But those who walk in harmony with their gardener will rise above. With effort and hope as their guiding principles, the doors of divine wisdom will open to them.